My name is Fatima, also go as I See Your Haze. So this is my story of riding a Penske truck from North Carolina all the way to New Jersey. And I'm going to provide you guys some tips, especially my ladies. Now, when riding this vehicle, don't expect to be riding a regular car because obviously it's nice size-wise and so other. When you hit the highway and everything, first ease into it. You know how when we first hit it and stuff in the car, we just like zoom. But no, with these big trucks, you gotta ease into it. Sometimes, depending on how much you got filled in the truck, or exactly like the wind factor, or how many cars you're up against, sometimes you can actually feel yourself kind of shaking. And it's like scary at first. It's like, oh my God, I'm about to lose control. But as long as you hold tight to the wheel, not tight, but just hold tight to the wheel and like coast. Basically, you're coasting the whole time until you feel comfortable. And then those times, like I know when I was going through Pennsylvania, they was doing some road work. You know, I felt myself going, and I'm like, oh my God. But one thing is that's different from like a regular car. You know how when you ease on your brakes and try to like control it like that? But in this car, or in this Penske truck, just go ahead and just ease your foot off the gas pedal, let it cruise on its own. Then if you feel the need to put it on the to put it on the brake, do so, but don't do it so hard. Just kind of let it just cruise itself. That's basically what driving a Penske truck is, or any type of truck for that matter. Just cruise. Just cruise. Take your time. You already got your license. You know what to do. You know, the only other thing that I can probably say about a Penske truck is that I really do recommend it, especially the newer versions. Like, when I got this Penske truck, it was like at 1,300 miles. Pretty much brand new, you know. The gas, it goes good on gas and stuff. And I mean, I had a 10-hour trip, and I pretty much did it within the whole night. You know, I mean, I stopped for, you know, gas and to kind of rest myself and rest my leg. But for the most part, I did it, you know, straight on through. And some of the features that's on here, it will like pop up on your dashboard, which I know you guys can't see it right now because there's no cars. But it'll be, if something was actually like really, really close to you, either the front, the back, or either side, a green button on your dashboard will kind of tell you that. So it kind of gives you that guidance. So when you're like trying to switch lanes, or if you're trying to like go slower or faster, it alerts you. And then another thing is that kind of scared me is that at one point, because I drove like early in the morning and stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm just push it for all the other cars come on here, so I'm comfortable. And it's so funny, like ding me, because I was like almost 80 miles per hour, and I'm like, okay, let me slow down. And I didn't even realize that that's how comfortable I got in here. And just be careful when you're going through like turns and turns and like curves on the street. You know, you just want to cruise. Like, that's the best advice I can give you, just cruise. But you feel everything. Like, you know, this is still kind of considered the winter season. So when I first got to New Jersey, like Pennsylvania and New Jersey, I felt the wind heavenly. So it just felt like this was just kind of shaking. It's like, woo, you know, and kind of having to really stay focused. Even though I did this by myself, I recommend having somebody to help you drive, somebody who's confident to help you drive this bad boy, you know, because if you really don't feel comfortable, if you really feel like, oh my God, if I get in this thing, I'm gonna crash, then pretty much you're gonna do so. You have to have confidence. I would recommend praying. If you're a prayer, you know, keep your music on something that you don't have to change the dial, you know. Even though when you're changing from city to city or state to state, even if you have your iPhone, you know how you can put it on maps and put it on your Apple Music or Apple Podcasts or whatever you want to play. Continue doing that so you're not taking your eyes off the road. Put your phone on silence so you're not being distractions. The least distractions that you have, the successful that you will be. Like I said, cruise the whole way, and you should be fine. If you ever have to drive in a Penske truck or any other truck, like a box-sized truck, and this one that I drove was 16 feet or inches. I don't know. I'm not really good with terminology. I'm still a girl. But, you know, and then the first one I drove was like 12. So, like I said, just make sure that you take your time. You check your mirrors. You know, you got SOS. Like, this is my whole, like, little system here. SOS, OnStar. And I'm sure, like, okay, if you needed them, I don't think they charge you for it. I didn't need it, but you can always, like, check with the company that you pick it up from. And I hope this video helps somebody out there. And be safe and happy travels.